Playlist is in the chat. You can use it or not. Today's Madonna's birthday, so I threw something in there for Madonna. We're gonna come to our space, and we're just gonna spread our feet out. I would say maybe mat width apart, soften the knees. Just kind of stand here for a moment. Just take a quick body scan. What's going on today? Every day is different, so just maybe start at the top of the head, move into the jawline, move on down to the shoulders. I like to close my eyes here so I can just kind of envision what's going on with my body. Notice if you're kind of favoring a side or rolling your feet in or out. Maybe stand a little bit taller, draw the shoulders back and down, check in on the abdominals, see if you can kind of draw those in and up. Soften the knees, wiggle the toes, and let's just take a deep breath in together. Reach the arms up. And exhale the arms down. Good. Flutter the eyes open. Take another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. 3 is the magic number. Inhale the arms up and exhale the arms down. Keiko, I know you just got in here, so inside the chat is everything you need. We are going to hit play on our playlist in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. If you don't use my playlist, that's okay. Just note, hit it. And then we walk back to our space. So our warm-up is about 4 minutes. We have 5 blocks of work. Our first block is straight up cardio body weight. So you don't need anything at the start. So bring your feet a little tighter in, squat down low, and take the arms behind the head. Good. Squat down. And I'm going to call this a halo. So I'm going to come over the head, alternate the sides. So I'm bringing my fists up and around the back of my skull. As I do that, there's a soft bend in my knees. So I'm not locking my knees at the top of this activity. Nice. And if you can remember to alternate the arms, I forget all the time because I'm a human being and I'm always thinking about like 800 things. So if that's you, just do your best. There's no perfection here. Last one. Good, I'm gonna separate the feet a little wider apart and turn the toes out. Squat down, reach across. Squat down, reach across. So there's a little active side bend here. I've got a couple more folks coming into the room. So keep on trucking with that. Yes. Hi, Holly, inside the chat, everything you need. We're coming into a deep squat side bend, alternating. Give me 1 more per side. And last one, step to the top of your mat. We're gonna take a back kick and switch. I lost my balance. Back kick and switch. Back. So a lot of our warm up, we're gonna be emulating kind of a lot of things that we've got going on today. So there's no pointless movement here. Last 3. Last 2, moving into impact next. So if you're not jumping, I'll show you something else. Jumping jacks, it's out and up. So again, if you're not jumping, I'm gonna take that side step right to left. If any overhead shoulder stuff is like, yikes, modify the arms in front of the chest. I know it's a different joint action and I know it's a different plane of motion, but at least you're using your arms, yeah? Good, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, alternated curtsy. So step your feet together, take it back, squeeze and switch. Yeah, our warm up is over in about 1 minute. So as you move, I want you to add a little twist into this. So if I'm moving over to my right, I'm twisting over to my right. Yeah. Try to wring out that torso, get that T-spine rotation. Alternate your sides. Let's go 1 more per side, over towards the right, over towards the left. Come on down to your mat. So we're in a high plank position. If it's too much to be on the hands, you can absolutely be on the forearms. From here, I'm gonna take it down to the knees. From the knees, I'm gonna kick it towards the corner, come back up to plank, back down to the knees, kick to the opposite corner. Come back up to plank, to the knees, kick, hop it back up to the knees. Last one, both sides right here. Hop up to plank, bend the knees, kick, hop up to plank last time, bend the knees, kick. Good, from here, slide the legs forward. This is the last bit of our warm up. Feet are flexed, arms out wide. I'm gonna take the arms up and over my head, round your spine, spine stretch forward, rise up. Take the right hand to the floor, left arm up. Come back, round your spine, reach, rise, and lean. Awesome. Warm up is officially over. If you need a quick sip of water, please grab it. We're going to start body weight only. There's 4 activities to learn. Everything is 45 seconds. You're going to get a 30-second recovery at the end. So the first thing we've got going on is a cross tap with a twist. All right. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's tap, switch. If I'm not jumping, all I have to do is slow this down. What I like about slowing it down is I get a bigger range of motion. So if you're not into the impactful stuff and you'd rather work at full range, I say slow it down and go low impact. And you can even match the beat of the music as an added bonus. Good, twist it. So back to that high intensity version. I've got that cross and I've got a nice little twist happening through the torso. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This takes a little coordination. It's a triple step. 1, 2, 3, kick it back. 1, 2, 3, kick it. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. If you're not hopping, could I just do an alternated back kick? So there's no wrong answer, except for if you're just waiting for me to give you something else to do, yeah? So all else fails, you could march it out, right? Always, always move. 1, 2, 3, back kick. From the side. I'm just kind of leaning that upper body, pouring weight into one side of my body, and kicking the other side back. You got it. 4, 3, 2, find yourself at the top of your mat. Bring your arms out here so the elbows are tight. I'm going to take it into a wide second reach. Wide second reach. So I'm going to show this to you from the side. I'm taking a big step towards the back of my mat. As I do that, I extend my arms away from my midline. Yeah, so I'm really getting into the groin, getting you that rotation of the shoulder. This is the top of my mat for this instance. My back stays nice and long. Body weight activity here. We don't need to go crazy on that high intensity cardio yet. 3, 2, and 1. Last thing you're learning, we have an alternated curtsy with a front kick. So it's going to be curtsy, kick, curtsy, kick. So much lunging in the beginning of today's workout. So we've got about 30 seconds to go. Hands anywhere for that counterbalance. So you can see this from the side. I'm taking my leg behind the hip. I'm kicking. I return and I switch. Now I can move faster, right? That's going to up my heart rate. Or again, I'm working on that depth, right? So there's kind of 2 different camps here that you can kind of put yourself into. 5 more seconds. Finish it out. Time. So you're going to get a 30-second recovery here. It's a great time to do a little body scan, quick sip of water. We're only going to do that one more time. One more time and you won't see it again. Cheers. Are you glad you're here? I am. So we're going to start at the top. This is that cross tap with an upper body twist. I like to use my mat because it's impactful. Excuse me, it absorbs some shock. Bring the arms out, start your tap. Timer starts now. So I'm crossing my hip, not behind me like I did in that last exercise, but rather in front. So I'm getting that nice transverse plane in my hips. Remember, the low impact version is a tap, and I find a deeper torso twist. Now I could follow that with my eye line, but that for me makes me a little dizzy. So everybody's a little bit different there. Listen to yourself before you listen to the crazy lady in the screen. You got about 5 more seconds to go on this effort. Looking really nice, team. 3, 2, this is the triple step back kick. 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3. It's fairly quick. You're kicking straight back, head, neck, and shoulders nice and long. You could cancel out that hopping back and forth and just do some back kicks. If you're looking for more, I want you to try to beat that beat. Can you move a little quicker, but still get that same range of motion? So you're finding a nice happy medium. 15 seconds. As I kick back, I'm leaning my upper body forward to protect my spine. So if I'm looking like this, like a banana, it's gonna feel really weird in my low back. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, wide second. Step your feet together, arms out like you're serving 2 trays. Open, return, and switch. So in this one, this low impact version of a wide second, in your squat, you're reaching your fingers as far away from your midsection as possible. You got it. Drop into those legs. I'll show this to you again from the side. I think it's really helpful. I turn open towards the back of my mat. I switch. Try to make sure your toes are pointed forward, but you know, we're just doing our best. 3 seconds. 2, alternated curtsy lunge. We're gonna bring it down, kick through the heel and return. Kick. I'm adding a little get up and go between it, right? I'm getting a little hop in there. I don't have to do that. Yeah, cross and kick. Cross behind you, kick it forward. Really working on the juice of the hips. 15 seconds. Between our blocks, which we're finished with block 1 here in about 8 seconds, you're gonna get a minute to rest. 3, 2, and done. Okay. In your next set of activities, you're gonna need all the things. So mini band if you have it, set of weights if you have it. If you don't, totally fine. Something underneath you would be ideal because we're gonna be doing some stuff on our sides. So I'm gonna set myself up with my 8s at the top corner of my mat. I'm gonna put my mini band on above my knees, okay? So once I've got that, you got about 20 more seconds to relax. The mini band we don't want on the knees. We just wanna make sure that it's not on a joint because the joint is already dealing with a lot of our body weight. So make sure it's on the meat of the muscle, okay? You're gonna grab your 8s, put them in your hands. We go in 3 seconds, feet about mat width apart. So you get them a little wider, great. Awesome. You're gonna squat down, rise up and straight leg extension back. Squat, rise, kick, return. Squat, rise, kick. I'm gonna show this from the side. Squat down, rise it up, straight leg extension. Squat, rise, straight leg. It's really imperative with moving from that hip joint that you're not compressing the lumbar spine. So I'm pulling my navel in as I extend my leg behind my body. Yes. 5 seconds. 4, 3, find yourself in a squat position. Bring your weights in front of your heart. Halo over that left shoulder, and then halo over the right. So the hard part about this is we're not moving the legs. We're only moving the arms, and we're working on that shoulder mobility. Mandee, 8 pounds times 2 is too heavy. I can always hold 1 dumbbell. Really feels nice on my shoulders. If it's too much to come around over the shoulder head, I can always do a little twist, tap the shoulder, twist and tap the shoulder. I'm getting a similar movement, but not exactly the same, okay? You're done in 3 seconds, 2 and 1. Come on down to your mat. You're gonna set your weights down. Showing this to you head on. I'm on my forearm. So your forearm's gonna be on your mat. My feet are connected. I'm gonna lift and open my knees and return. Lift and open my knees. Now my bottom knee stays on the floor. So for me, that's my left side. I'm lifting my right knee away from my midline, reaching. So I'm working that glute med. Showing this to you from the front so you can see what's going on with my legs and arms. Good. Now what do you think is going to happen for the final exercise? The other side, pretty simple. 3, 2, doesn't have to be super difficult to get a good workout in. So now let's finish this out on side number 2. You want to make sure that your elbow is underneath your shoulder. Your knees are bent, bottom knee is staying grounded into the floor. Everything opens up on the exhalation, and everything comes down on the inhalation. See if you can start to connect to the breathing, right? You got 15 more seconds to work at it. Could you do this on your head? Sure, I could relax my head and just do that clamshell variation. So if you've got shoulder stuff, that works too. 3, 2, and that's time. So that's the end of your first set of block number 2, which is our strength block today. We're gonna do all of that again and just one more time. So cheers. We go in about 10 seconds. Go ahead and pick up your dumbbells. I have a set of 5s here too in case I need to go down in weight, but I think I'm gonna try to stick with my 8s. All right, feet about mat width apart this time. Shoulders load. 3, 2, here we go. It's a squat, straight leg kick. Alternate the sides. By having the weights on my shoulders instead of in my hands at my sides, it's gonna raise my heart rate. I'm having the weights above my heart naturally raises that pitter patter of our heart. Yeah, so from the side, just so you can see it, toes and knees are pointing forward. I'm lifting that heel behind me. I don't have to have a mini band to make that effective, but man, the mini band does add a little icing on the cupcakes, if you know what I mean. 3, 2, find yourself in that sumo or isometric squat, and we go into that halo. I'm gonna show this to you from the side too, I think it'll be really helpful. Drop into the hips, over that left shoulder, pocket to the heart, over the right shoulder. So again, if those weights are too heavy, maybe every once in a while I stand up, or maybe you drop one of those weights off and you do 1. 15 more seconds. And remember, you won't do this again today, so how much can you give this as you wrap up this exercise? Good, looking awesome, team. 3, 2, set your dumbbells down. I'm gonna start on the arm I ended on. For me, that's my right arm. My knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, like the fetal position. Top hand starts in front of the hips. Lift and return. Press into the hip and then power off of it. So I'm pressing in, I'm powering off. Keep pressing that bottom knee down so that bottom knee stays grounded into the floor. You got about 12 more seconds on side 1. Great news. Second side, and we're done with our strength block. We move into core next. 3, 2, good. Swing it over to the other hip. Set yourself up with power, right? Good setup always equals good work. A poor setup always kind of makes it a little uncomfortable, a little clunky. So take a look, elbow and shoulder in alignment, chest broad, lift everything at one rate. Team, you're done with this in 20 seconds. Can you lift that knee a millimeter higher than you lifted it the last rep? Really work the outer hip here. So that sound you heard earlier was my cat telling me, hey, what happened to petting? This is 3, 2, she doesn't understand work. That is time. Okay, so in your core work, you don't need the mini band. You will want your mat, and that's pretty much it. Now's a good time to towel off if you're sweaty. Mick Sweaterson, That's me. So I'm just gonna do one of these. So far, so good. Are you here for it? Heck yeah. Hands to the screens. We're gonna get ourselves onto the mat. So in this instance, we start in high plank, we move to low plank, and then we Superman. So if being on your stomach is an absolute no, I want you to move from high plank to low plank and forget the Superman part. I'm gonna demonstrate this to you from the side so you can see what's happening here. Hands loaded underneath the shoulders. I'm gonna lower down to my forearms. I'm gonna lower down to my hips and lift everything up. Then I press into my forearms. I lift myself from low plank back to high plank, and we rinse and repeat that. 3, 2, high plank we meet. Let's go. Down to the forearms, hips lower, hands float, come back to the forearms, point or flex the toes, lift, and press your way up. Now the next time I do this, I start on the right. I lower down, I lift everything up, I come back, I lift, and I press up on my right. So next up, it's the left, right? Coming down to the left, down to my hips, float the arms and legs, come back to the forearms, flex the feet, lift the hips up, press my way back up to plank. That's time. That's how fast 45 seconds really goes by. So we're gonna lower down to our backs here. Take the hands, wrap them in front of you. So you've got your left arm underneath and then your left knee on top. So we're in this little like really strong eagle wrap. Tuck your chin and give me a tiny little pulse. Tuck. So if I'm really uncomfortable in my neck, what I can do to modify this is just forget the arms and hold my head. So I'm doing a tiny little curl with my legs fully crossed over, left over right. Maybe I can wrap it behind my ankle. 3, 2, unwind the arms and legs and repeat. So now my right thigh is on top and my right elbow is on top. Curl, curl. So notice how my head does not come and touch the floor. I want my low back to stay really kind of rooted into the floor, imprinted into the floor. So if you're one of those folks that really is trying to lift the low back off the ground, I want you to try to push it down into the ground instead. Lift, lift. So really the only thing that is touching the floor for me is this space of my back, that low back area. 3, 2, 1. Last move. For some reason, I'm like totally blanking on it, so I gotta grab my notes. Oh yeah, this is the one we warmed up with. So my feet are a little less than mat width apart. My arms are gonna reach up like I'm diving, round my spine, reach for my toes or right between them, fan open, lean over to the right, lean over to the left, come back. Dive it forward, round your spine. You're looking down at your groin, rise up, fan open, lean over to the left, keep the hip down on the right, lean over to the right, same thing on this side, right? Opposite palm on top, dive your way forward, rise up, lean over to the right, big side bend stretch, lean over to the left, and you've got time for one more dive, rise up, and done. Okay, so that's your core block. We're gonna do that again. Any modifications you need, just pop in the chat or pop off of mute and let me know. So far, so good. Okay, so we're setting up in 5 seconds. High plank position. 3, 2, 1. Timer is on. I'm gonna lower down right, left, lower the hips, reach the arms and legs away from my navel, come back to my forearms, press my hips up, right arm, left arm. Just pause for a moment in that high plank position, then start with the left. Come down to the hips, reach the arms, reach the heels, come back, lift the hips, press into the left hand, press into the right hand. When you do that, make sure you're directly in alignment with the chest cavity. Because if my hands are way out in front of me, it's only gonna make my shoulder have to work that much harder, yes? 2, 1, time. Bye, Siobhan. All right, next up, we come on down to that eagle wrap, right? So my right thigh on top of my left thigh, my right arm underneath, and I curl, lift, curl. I'm actually looking down at my biceps so that I'm keeping my chin tucked and the back of my neck is long. Curl. Mandee, what if I can't touch my elbow to my thigh? Welcome to life, right? We all have different things that are kind of obstacles or feeling like you're not getting the work. Just really think about abdominal breath. Let that air out. And we're going to switch our sides right here. Left over right, left under right, touch. Or aim to touch, pull. What if the shoulders are too much? I could hold my shoulder heads. I could also just hold my head. This one's a little intense. I don't know how I feel about that, but you can also just hold your head wide, right? So interlace the hands behind the back of the head, and that might be a nice supportive hold while you get that abdominal work in. You got about 15 more seconds. Curl. So I'll show that modification from the side. Curl. Okay, good news. You got one more core activity, and for me, it's more of a mobility thing. I'm going to show this to you from the side. Sit your way up. Feet not too wide apart. So I would say shoulder width apart. Take those arms out. Reach up. Round your spine. Dive forward. Fingertips coming towards those heels. Rise back up. Fan out. Reach over to that left side. Over to the right. So deep side bend stretching. Come back through center. Dive your way forward. You're looking down at your navel. Rise back up. Fan out. Lean. And repeat. Got about 15 more seconds to go. Round, tuck, tuck, tuck. Stack your spine. Feel each vertebrae get its chance. Lean and over. Last dive forward. Rounded spine, and you get your minute here. That's the rest. Okay, so we're gonna move into our next block of work, which will need our mat and our weights. I'm gonna use my 8s here, so I don't need my mini band. I'm trying to see if there's a reason to have it. I mean, there could be, but honestly, I feel like let's just work with something simple. So I'm going to use 8s and a mat. We will need the mat because we're going to be on our all fours after this. So just something to kind of note. You've got about 25 more seconds till we get started. I'm going to show you what you got going on. First 2 exercises are a hinge, wide grip row, and a curl. So I'll show this to you from a little bit of an angle here. I'm going to hinge. I'm going to row just with the right arm. And I'm going to circular curl just with my right arm. That's the first activity. The second activity is going to be with the left arm. So it'll be a wide grip row in the hinge. And then a curl in front of the navel. Okay? Here we go. Right side first. My feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit tighter. Inhale. Row. Exhale. Curl, just the right arm. I want you to keep going with it. Inhale, exhale, and curl. Stand yourself up really tall, just the right arm. Inhale, row wide, and curl. So you're bringing that thumb outside of the bicep. Carefully, you're not rounding your spine in the hinge. I'm going to show this to you from the side. My back is nice and flat. I'm sticking my tailbone back towards the plant behind me here. Inhale down, wide row, and now we switch our sides, left side here. Inhale, wide row, and standing circular curl. And standing. Squeeze your butt cheeks, right? You want to make sure you're engaging through your seat to again protect that lower back. And curl. So we are almost halfway done with our 4th block. First set. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. You do not need your weights. So go ahead and set your dumbbells off to the side. Come to all fours. I'm going to show this to you from the side. We did this in the warm-up. You're going to lift your right knee, or excuse me, left knee, up and out, tap, up and out. tap, up and out. So from the front, it looks like this. Tap and kick, tap and kick. I feel this in my oblique. So sometimes people like to be on the forearm here, which could also work. So my right forearm is down, my left leg is doing this tap. Now, on the next set, we're going to add a little something else into this. So just focus on this one first set. I feel a tremendous amount of work in my hamstring, my gluteal. I also feel it through the side of my waist. We're going to switch our sides. So I'll show you that progression with the hand work. Elbow, kick. Elbow connection, back diagonal kick. You don't have to go fast to make this one effective. This looks nice. I'm not going super fast, right? I'm working on that range because we're in our strength set. So on the second round of this, we're going to add a little cross tap. But right now, let's get this really, really firmly done well. Ooh, just lifting that leg up and out, I feel that outer hip having to really work. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Come off the hands, wring out the shoulders. We're not doing any push-ups today, so you're welcome. So we're going to set ourselves up for the last set of strength. We're going to start with the left arm doing that circular curl and wide grip row. Okay, that's simple. If you want to make it harder, you could grab a second set of dumbbells and have them in the hand. I'm just going to keep it pretty straightforward and simple. So grab your dumbbells, weight start in front of the hips, maybe feet a little bit tighter. Here we go. Hinge, row, rise, curl. Rise and curl. Just again, showing this to you at a little bit of an angle. I stick my hips out first, right? The first thing that bends is my waist, my hips. And then I curl as I rise up. I'm using the power of my hips to curl across my collarbone. You got 10 more seconds on the left. And then of course, we gotta do the left, the right. I almost said we gotta do the left. That'd be hilarious. We'll just continue to do the left. This is 3, 2, switch your sides. So I'm gonna hinge, wide row, hammer, not hammer. That's a circular curl. You know, just getting fancy with our circular curls today. So showing this to you at a little bit of an angle again really helps. Are your toes and knees pointing forward? Check them out. Check them out. Don't just look at me. Look at your feet. If they're all wonky, fix them. Right? Awareness is step 1. Action, step 2. 15 seconds. Right? Not trying to wear you out, but definitely working. Don't worry, we got another block after this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on down to your mat. Right leg will start. So here's the additional challenge. I kick. Right, let's come on down to the forearm on the right. So I'm going to cross kick. What is my problem today? Hold on. Hands. I come down to this form. That's why I was like, that feels weird. I'm going to kick it, cross it. Kick, cross. So it's like a typewriter. I come across my hip. Let me show this to you from the back, so it's really helpful here. I corner kick, cross my hip, corner kick, cross my hip, corner kick, cross. Okay, just a few more seconds on side 1. 3, 2, we switch. Come over to the opposite arm. I kick, cross my hip, kick, cross. Working that booty today. When are we not working the booty though, really? You know? Showing this to you from the side again. Boom, cross it. Kick, add that little extension of the hip, 20 seconds. We won't see this again today. So showing this to you from the front, just so you can see what it looks like head on. Kicking it, crossing it, kick, cross. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and my leg is burning. I don't know about you. All right, so ring it all out. 4 blocks are in our rear view. We have 1 block left to do, 4 exercises left to learn. 2 rounds through, and you're done, okay? So the first thing we're doing, you're gonna start, you don't need your mat if you don't want it, but I'm gonna use my mat. So you're gonna start in what I'll call popcorn. So you're like a popcorn kernel, okay? And then we're gonna come up, fan out the arms and the legs, alternate. So this is a non-impactful cardio movement, but the work is in the range of motion, right? So I'm on the heel, I'm off the heels of my feet. You're still resting, I'm just showing this to you. So I start in my popcorn kernel, full adult popcorn, okay? That's exercise number 1. Exercise 2, you're gonna tap, tap, cross tap, front tap, side tap, back tap. If you're not jumping, low impact works, okay? Those are the first actions. 3, 2, here we go. Working on depth. Can you get your feet together? How low can you sit? And then I fan my arms out to my sides. Just showing this to you from the side, I think it's super helpful. So as my arms fan out, my leg alternating fans out with my arms. Notice if your knees are going out or if you're pressing through the outer edges of the feet. If that's you, maybe bring your feet a little wider apart. So you've got the ability to get low. 3, 2, and 1. So this one's challenging. Tap, tap, side, tap, front, tap, side, tap, back, tap, side, tap, tap, side, tap. So this requires brain activity. So I'm leading with my right foot this time. If I'm not jumping, it's gonna look like this. Back taps, side taps, front taps, side taps, back taps, side taps, front taps, side taps, back taps, side. We got 3, 2, 1. All right, next action. Oh, I love this one. This is upper body cardio. So connect your heels, arms forward. As you lift, you open and up, open, up. I reach out, I reach overhead. In every playlist, I throw in a guilty pleasure. This is my guilty pleasure. Yep, I'm an aughts friend here. Abs in tight. So with this one, my heels are connected. I'm flying my arms out. I'm flying my arms overhead as I find my calf raise. 3 seconds. And time. Okay, last challenge. Tap forward, tap back, tap forward. We're working on the mobility of the hip here. If I don't tap my foot, is that okay? Sure. Woo. So I could aim for my knee, right? Knee, knee. I just reach back. I try to give my foot a low 5. You got it. Try to make this cardio today less impactful, more mind-body connecting, right? Because I have to think about what foot, what hand. I remember when I practiced this earlier, I was like, whoa! I didn't have my coffee admittedly, so there's that. This is 3, 2, done. Okay. We literally have 3 minutes of workout left. Yay, right? So we're gonna do all that cardio one more time. Give it our 100. Stretch a doodle do. We're out. Okay? Sip of water if you need. You've got about 10 seconds. Okay. We're doing the work now. Monday, in the books. Start in your little baby popcorn position. 3, 2, and we open up like a Broadway star. Don't worry about my speed versus your speed. Don't worry about my coordination versus your coordination, because we're all different. We just have to just embrace those differences. That's what makes you unique. Nice. Oh my gosh, my thighs are like, girl, what is happening to us right now? Right? By the way, today, new YouTube video dropped. Check it out. Minimal space, minimal equipment. 3, 2, and 1. These are the taps. So it's going to be back, back, side, side, front, front, side, side, back, back. Breathe. So I go back, I go side, I go forward, I go side. Now, I'm not perfect. I started on my right. Can I start on my left? I don't know. Let's try it. It's not that hard. I thought it was going to be super hard for me. And I've got it. So that's our mind and body connecting right there. Neuromuscular connectivity. My hands are anyway for counterbalance. Can't talk and do this at the same time clearly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels connect. Arms forward. Open and reach. Hello, calves. Hello, back. Hello, shoulders. Oh my gosh. Take a look at my feet. Heels up, heels up, heels up, heels up. So we're really working ankle mobility, foot stability. Spread your toes out in your shoes. You've got 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6. We've got one more activity left. 3, 2, and 1. Soccer kick forward, slap it back. Okay, can she start on the left? Let's see. I can. Oh my gosh, right? Gotta teach this old dog new tricks, man. Almost there. 15 more seconds to go for the workout. 45 full minutes. I want to see you give this your 100 as you finish this out. Could I make it a jump? Sure. But for me, I'm really working in that coordination effort today. 3 seconds. 2, 1. We're done. Okay. So we've got a couple of minutes. We're going to stretch. So if you need a quick sip of water, grab it. Otherwise, we're going to move our playlist to that last track. It's from Euphoria. If you're not using my music, just anything that's like calming, relaxing for you is great for me. All right, okay. So we're gonna start with a nice little standing roll down. So bring your feet about hip distance apart. Take your arms up, reach up, round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck everything in, just round down. Let your head shake out, up and down, side to side. Tuck your chin, tuck your knees in just a little bit. Roll yourself to stand. Nice and slow, let your head be last. Good, take the right foot out to the side, bend into that right knee. So I'm kind of sticking my hips out and back on the left. Good, from here, I'm gonna take my left arm and I'm gonna reach across my torso. Then I'm gonna sweep it across towards the right. Reach open, showing this to you from the front so it's easier. Cross and open. Good, switch your sides. Over to the left foot, toes and knees point forward. Take that right arm. Open out to the right, twist to the left. I know when I twist, I feel more of a stretch through that nice little inner thigh group. Last one. Good. Step your feet wide apart. Turn your toes out. Drop into a low squat. Move those hips around. Ooh, lost my balance. Yeah. Then I'm going to stabilize my hips. Take my left fingertips to the floor. Reach the right arm up. Bring out the wrist of the right. Come back to the center. Push in through that right inner thigh. Reach the left arm up. Good. We're going to take a seat from here. So feel free to take a seat back onto the hips. Soles of the feet meet. Lay the knees out and fold. So team, it just turned 1:15. We're going to do one more stretch. We'll call it a day. So from here, since we did so much outer hip stuff, I'm going to slide my feet forward. Arms are going to reach up. I'm going to twist over towards that left side. Left hand on the right hand on the left hip and twist. Now, if you want a little bit more, we're going to start to bend into that left knee. Take that right elbow across and twist. So it's a little deeper stretch. And if that's too much, feel free to back out. Go ahead and switch. We're going to slide across first. Legs will stay straight. Twist a little deeper. And then if it feels good, start to bend into the knee. Take the elbow of the left across and twist more. Push in to that tricep. Push the tricep into the outer thigh. Come back to center. Good. That is it. I hope you had fun. I hope you worked hard. If you have any questions, feel free to pop off mute. We'll talk about it. Otherwise, every Monday, 12:30 throughout the year. And then also, of course, my YouTube videos that come out every Monday as well. So immediately, if you're able to make this class, that'll be 2 workouts for the week with me, and it's all donation based. So don't feel obligated if you don't have the funds to donate, but I love posts. So if you want to post about this and tag me in it so I can share it, that would be awesome. And yeah, that's it.